Hello my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm building another tiny house. I'm back on my tiny house kick, y'all. But yeah, I'm building a really cute little tiny house in Oasis Springs. I'm really liking Oasis Springs lately. I've done a lot of builds like the past week or so. I've done like 3 tiny house builds. I just realized that. But I'm building a mid-century modern tiny house now. I am not very good at building to a specific style like something like mid-century modern. I tried my best. I think I did a pretty good job. So all I will say is that it's a mid-century modern inspired tiny house. I did use custom content just because I wanted to, I didn't want to like torture myself. So I only used Peacemaker's content from Tumblr. His CC creations are by far the best CC that you will ever find on ever. Like, it's beautiful and perfect, and I am the biggest Peacemaker stan out there. But this one I really, really enjoyed building because it's just, it's just like a little tiny house for a single sim, and I built it on this 20 by 15 lot in Oasis Springs. It's one of the more grassy lots down in the lower right. Yes, that one. And I don't know. I like this area. It's very lush, but it's still very deserty, and I don't know. I did try a lot of things with like the windows here and the roofing, and then I flipped the roofs around, and I did a lot of experimenting in the very beginning. So bear with me. I'm sorry. I decided to leave it all in because I think it was pretty interesting. Trying out different shapes and stuff. And I was going to do this shape of the roof, but I wasn't really loving it. Like the silhouette of the house wasn't interesting to me. And it just kind of looked like a very basic house, but I guess this could also pass for mid-century modern if I went this way. But I don't know. It just wasn't really, like, it just didn't feel right for this build. You know what I mean? But yeah, also really quickly, Peacemaker's content, I will have a link to his Tumblr in the description down below. So pretty much go download everything because that's what I did. Like literally every piece of build and buy mode CC that Peacemaker has ever created is in my game right now. And every time he has a new set come out, I immediately download it without hesitation because it's perfect. He actually has a newer set of like these wallpapers that are supposed to be like paneling, I guess. It looks really cool because it's like there's like different, like it's a set of like different like variations of it, you know what I mean? Just go look, you'll see. But it's kind of inspiring me to build a townhouse. So I might build a because I have like, okay, so one of you all, I don't remember who, I'm so sorry, I just don't pay attention to names and remember them, but I was mentioning a couple videos ago where I was having a lot of stress and anxiety surrounding my channel because of, I was trying to think of some ideas and keeping my content fresh and keeping it from being super stale and boring and, all that stuff. I was getting to the point that it was causing me a lot of stress that was super unneeded and unnecessary. And one of you all, I can't remember who, said something about, keeping a notebook and just writing down all of my ideas and just keeping it that way so that I have like an actual physical representation of my ideas, I guess. So I literally have been keeping a notebook next to my computer like at all times during the day, whether I'm just browsing, the internet randomly, watching YouTube, or, listening to Spotify, watching Blackpink House on YouTube, which, they're so adorable. I keep my notebook next to me, and I've literally got over 50 ideas written down already. Like, that's insanity. I literally have a full page of 2 columns of ideas written down. And I might even post it on Twitter just to show you all. But it's insanity. I just, wow. And I actually have a little system. So whenever I finish a build, like when I finish one of the ideas that I have written down, instead of just marking it out with a black marker or whatever, I take my, because, you know, I'm an artist, I have art supplies. I have some color pencils that are sketching pencils that are erasable color pencils. They're Cool Erase pencils by Prismacolor, by the way. And I just grabbed one of the light blue ones, and whenever I'm done with an idea, instead of marking it out, I use one of those pencils to kind of, you know, highlight it sort of, so that I'm like, yes, this is a good build. This idea was good. I want to try this again in another way, definitely. But if the idea didn't really come out the way I liked, or if I really need to work on it, I'm going to like color over it with like a red pencil or something, and so that I can do more research and actually learn more about it. So yeah, I just thought that was a nice little method or system. But also, I didn't really talk about the build. I wanted to talk about the landscaping in this build a little bit. I loved the landscaping. It was so fun. I never really appreciated the landscaping on this area of Oasis Springs, because it's like a mixture of like the lush green and like the desert. So there's, you know, I put some cacti around and some aloe vera plants and some agave plants. Or maybe I didn't put any aloe vera. I didn't put any aloe vera plants. Those you can actually just search in the search bar and find quickly, by the way. But I put those there, but I also put some, you know, some of those palm fern things and some lavender, which I didn't really ever notice too much. Like I noticed, I knew, but it took me like a second. I was like, oh yeah, there's actually lavender like scattered around the world outside of the lot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to include that in my build. So that's like a little landscaping tip if you're like really unsure of what you should use, like landscaping wise. Just look around and just kind of copy what's there. So that's what I did, sort of. I did add my own little twist here and there with some stuff, but yeah, I really like it. And I also love using the lavender with the terrain tools anyway, because I can like make it look like there's like a little like, you know, lump, that sounds weird, of lavender growing in one spot like that. So it looks really cute. But I also did like a little closed off backyard. It's a little bit smaller than what I would normally build, but I think, you know, this is a 20 by 15 lot, so it's pretty common. And I wasn't gonna actually close it off, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use this fence. This is actually from the base game, and we already had this fence before, but for some reason there is like a duplicate of it, and it's in different colors now, and they're actually really nice. They're not like solid color. They've got like a little bit of detail and texture to them. So yeah, if you've updated your game recently with the base game, they're there. They're like the first fence that you can find, and it's super cool. And also something I haven't really used in a build before are these they're like palm trees or something. I don't really know what you would call them, because they're not like the regular palm trees. They're more like different. They're from the Jungle Adventure Pack, and they only have 2 swatches, but one of them is green and then the other one is this orange and red color. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to add these in just for fun to see how they look. And it looks really good. It's just like, oh yeah, they purposely planted those there. So yeah, I really love the landscaping of this house. I'm so proud of myself, and I really just had so much fun doing it. And of course I had to add a car, because I feel like this car kind of suits the mid-century modern vibes that this house is giving, hopefully. You know, and I also had to add a little bit of those paper lanterns. Those are really not mid-century modern or anything. I just added those in for fun, and they're rainbow, so, you know, they're super gay. But anyway, but here we are getting into the interior. I did make sure to edit out this little bit here. I did kind of try to do this vaulted ceiling kind of thing, but I just gave up on it, or whatever you would call it. I do initially try to go with a greenish kind of color scheme, but then I eventually changed that to more blues, and I still keep some green like accents here and there with orange as well. I looked up mid-century modern like rooms and stuff. Like I actually looked up a mid-century modern kitchen. So I do initially start with this kind of color scheme, and I do change it very much, you know, like a couple times, I think. But yeah, I looked up on Pinterest some mid-century modern like kitchens and stuff, and it was pretty mixed. You know, it's still pretty mixed, but there was like a lot of like. So I looked at this one, and it was like there was like a dark wooden cabinets with a like a marble top. I think maybe it was a darker top, and then like I did like a blue overall theme. Listen, I told you I'm not that great at it, and I feel like if I weren't using Peacemaker's content, I probably wouldn't have even done this style of build, because I know that the new expansion pack Get Famous has some mid-century modern stuff, but I can't really afford that right now. It's super expensive. See, yeah, I went with the darker countertops. I thought that looked a little bit nicer, and I don't know. Let me know what you all think. If this seems pretty mid-century modern, I think it does, sort of. It's you know, it's there. It's okay. I like it. I mean I love it. I actually love this house. It's beautiful. I think it's great. But I don't know if you can necessarily say it's mid-century modern, because I'm not an expert at that stuff, which I should be better at this stuff, because I've done how many videos on my channel that are builds? So yeah, do let me know. I should probably go try and watch some other build channels try out like mid-century modern style and see what they do. But I was looking on Pinterest, and that's what I based everything off of. So yeah, I love the flooring though. I did initially start with a different flooring, but this one is by Peacemaker, and it's not just a recolor or a re-edit, or an edit of an existing floor. It's like his own creation, and it's like this herringbone wooden floor. And I did notice though in a lot of mid-century modern design, like interior design, they do use this kind of bohemian looking rug, and there is one that comes with Get Famous, but this one's actually from the base game, and I love this rug a lot. I love using it in like modern deserty houses that are kind of bohemian, but this one it fits really nicely too, because I went with the blue on the walls, and there's also blue on the rug, and it kind of ties everything in, and there's like hints of orange there, so it looks really good, I think. So yeah, and I love the little dining space here. I think this is pretty mid-century modern to a T, honestly. Again, I'm not an expert. Don't cut me in two if I'm mistaken. But I do very much like how this house came out in the end. It was really fun to furnish, and it's always a joy to use Peacemaker's CC, because it just looks so good. And I obviously, when I build with CC, I tend to go crazy with it. But if you were to mix this with what you had in game existing, it's honestly pretty like flawless. Like, it is a little bit more gearing towards like it's not necessarily alpha at all, but it's more like Maxis. It's like Maxis alpha match. I don't know how, like Maxis realism. I don't know. But yeah, I really do like how this all looks like with the colors, and Peacemaker's content is just girl, it's flawless. It's beautiful. Look at that. Look, and everything matches. That's the thing. Like, he uses basically the same color palette for literally everything he does, and it's actually a pretty mid-century modern color palette. So it's just really, it's like, so like the right colors are muted and the right colors are vibrant. It's just there's not like a crazy mix. It's just right, and I love this orange sofa. Like, it's this specific color and texture is just so nice. I don't know why. I love it. And I also included a little table there with some knickknacks on it, like some, plants and stuff. And I thought that looked kind of cute there, because I couldn't really fit like a lamp or an end table. So I was like, you know what, this is kind of skinny, so it'll fit there. And it's a pretty tight space, but what do you expect with a tiny house? And unfortunately, this bed is only, this house only has a single bed. You might be able to fit a double bed if you were to maybe expand it one more block outward. But I didn't want to go too big and crazy. If you were to like get rid of like maybe the dining space or something and like rearrange the living room a little bit, maybe you could probably fit a double bed in. But I really liked how this came out, and I didn't want to change it, so I just kept it with a double bed. So or a single bed. And the art, oh my goodness, this art is like mid-century modern. I know that for for a fact because it literally is called mid-century modern art in the like the description, like the name of the art that that Peacemaker has created. So it's so pretty, and I think this color scheme works. Like the blue and the orange with like this like deep olive green color. Like, what do you all think? I really love it, and all the wood tones as well look pretty nice too. So yeah, just be sure to check out Peacemaker's content in the description down below. All of it is just flawless and beautiful. It all goes together so well, and it also goes really nicely with the content we have in game, at least in my personal opinion. So yeah, just do check it out, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it though. I think that's all I need to tell you all regarding the build. I only have like a couple minutes left, so I can't really talk much, but I have been in a artsy mood lately. I've been actually wanting to paint more, so I'm trying to like get more videos done ahead of time because it's Thanksgiving this week. If you all are American, happy Thanksgiving. I think that this video will be going out the day before Thanksgiving, so if you're watching this on Thanksgiving, happy Turkey Day. And if you are a vegan of any kind, happy Sides Day, because honestly, Thanksgiving, no lie, it would be nothing without the sides, because, turkey is kind of boring and bland to me. At least in my family it is. I'm not dragging any of my family members. I love you all. But just add some seasoning, okay? Like, salt and pepper ain't enough, honey. Like, you need more, okay? I'm just going to shut up. It's delicious, I'm sure. I'm going to shut up. But anyway, just be sure to check out the link to Peacemaker in the description down below, as well as my Ko-fi page if you want to support the channel there. It's basically like an online tip jar, and it's just like a little place where you can support the channel directly. And if you want to get any Sims 4 packs at a discount, you can check out my Instant Gaming link. It is an affiliation link, so you can get... so if you click that link and you purchase something, I get a tiny commission, and it's not really much, but it's enough. Get Famous, unfortunately, right now at the time that I'm recording this, is actually more expensive than you would get it on Origin. But hey, if you buy any of the other packs, I do get a little bit of that, and maybe possibly I can get Famous with the credits that I build up whenever you all purchase something. So go, they have the game packs, and the other expansion packs aside from Get Famous are on, a good discount. Some of the stuff packs are not. Get Famous most definitely is not, because of just timing and everything and how many codes they have left, and, demand, all that stuff. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe, do all that stuff, even though I shouldn't say that because it's silly. But yeah, I really am, thankful for you all, and happy Friendsgiving, if you want to say that. But anyway, thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.
I got you. You got me. We are two lucky. Emily, your name spells home. Since the day you were born, you have always known when I need you the most. Oh, 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 oh. My best friend God sent my own good fortune. You are my double flame whisper, my soulmate sister. You are